Oh,
Hi, how are you?
all right.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah, I would love to do a concert because I was not allowed to do one. So I'm very excited. Thanks, This is Erin Scamilleri. She's our social worker. Next year, she is very, very excited to be here. Want everybody to know her? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys. Yes. Oh. You got me to spell it? All right. No, how do you say it? Oh, Scamilleri.
I'm gonna kill that.
It's like, I'm Joanna, but I get called Joanna. I told the kids Miss S because it's maybe a hard shape. Yeah, whatever, I'll answer.
That's the way. And the other thing.
You have your other yearbook, right?
Yes, so Shannon gave it right to Nora.
Okay, because they're like Shane or Jessica's one.
Right, okay, no, because I bought last year, I bought them,
Yeah.
and then bought them, and I was like, so somebody donated. So this year when I bought them, Shannon was like, are you sure you want to? Wow. And so I was like, oh yeah, and he one to Nora. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ted will get this.
I will call the meeting to order and start the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. First of all, I'm sorry that we're a little late getting started. Thank you for your patience and waiting. Before we go to public comment, I just had a statement to read on behalf of the board, just because we're at the end of another school year where we all had to deal with COVID and its impact. Teaching and learning in a global pandemic is something none of us ever expected to do, but have spent the last 15 months doing. It's a feat that is remarkable and one that took a true group effort spanning countless people and departments in this district. I'd like to take a few minutes to share many thanks on behalf of the Board of Education. Starting with our COVID-19 coordinator, Greg Barthelmess, who couldn't be here tonight. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Greg Barthelmess has taken on a vast role serving as the liaison between the district and Saratoga County Public Health Services. We thank him for his countless hours working on contact tracing and staying abreast of the latest public health guidance from both the county and the state, all while continuing his role as the district's director of pupil personnel services. Our administrators, the district's administrators have been able to pivot on a moment's notice throughout the pandemic with fluctuating guidance from the New York State Department of Education and executive orders from the governor. We thank them for their dedication through uncharted territory, all while remaining committed to delivering a high level of guidance and support to our staff. To our teachers and support staff, in March of 2020, our teachers and support staff had to reimagine the delivery of education and continue to evolve through the months to come. From using new technology to teaching in a hybrid or fully remote model, to supporting students more than they have ever had to before, their plates were full. We thank our teachers and staff for their dedication to our students and remaining committed to delivering a high quality education in unprecedented circumstances. Judy Dunkel and Pam Driscoll. Secretary to the Superintendent Judy Dunkel and High School Nurse Pam Driscoll spent several weeks organizing and coordinating regional vaccination clinics. These clinics provided opportunities for our staff to get vaccinated during a time when appointments were hard to come by. Increasing the number of vaccinated staff members helped to decrease the number of mandatory quarantines, therefore providing us progress in this pandemic. We thank them for their time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
To our nurses. Our school nurses were faced with an unprecedented year of nursing, redesigning their workflow in regard to well and sick room traffic, caring for potentially symptomatic students, and staying abreast of the latest public health guidance from both the county and the state. We thank them for their service and for maintaining high standards for health and safety. Food service. The district's food services department, led by Sarah Keene, remained committed to providing meals to students and families throughout the pandemic, even when campus was shut down. In September 2020, when the district reopened for in-person learning, food services staff continued to provide meals for students learning remotely through a weekly meal box pickup program. Maintaining access to healthy meal options remained a priority, and we thank the entire department. Transportation. When the campus was shut down in the spring of 2020, our transportation department, led by Chuck Bars, was an integral part of providing meals to our families remotely. When our district reopened, drivers pivoted to the new health and safety protocols required on buses, ensuring each day that students were properly masked and socially distanced. We thank them for continuing to open their bus doors to children each day with a smiling face. To our custodial staff and buildings and grounds department, the mandated health and safety protocols required of school districts required a big degree of change in order for the district to reopen this year. Our custodial staff and buildings and grounds department, led by Peter Riggy, worked hard to ensure our doors were ready to open in September. At the outset of the pandemic last year, they worked tirelessly to disinfect our buildings during a time when many of us worked from the comfort of our homes. They maintained clean and sanitized buildings, working through each shift to ensure the highest degree of cleanliness each day. We thank them for their hard work and commitment to their jobs. Lastly, apart from that, we have someone that we'd like to recognize tonight. We'd also like to take a moment to recognize someone who is integral to the overall operation of our district and who will be retiring at the end of this school year. Marion Crystal. Marion has served the Schuylerville Central School District for 6 years and has been an exceptional leader and a trusted advisor. She has helped lead the district through several budget cycles, as well as our most recent capital project. She guides her departments with skill and grace and is an integral part of our administrative team. To say that she will be missed is an understatement, and we wish you the very best in retirement.
On behalf of the board, thank you so much for all you've done. Hopefully you'll find some rest and relaxation and good times in there. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you. Thank you for a great. So I'm not listening to me. Thank goodness. Does anyone else, as far as the public comment, have anything that they would like to talk about? Okay, hearing none, we're on to the STA report.
The SBA just wanted to take this opportunity after this unprecedented school year to formally thank our administration and our building principals for their guidance and leadership during this time. We genuinely want to thank them for asking for our input at various times throughout the year. for working, our building principals working so closely with our building reps to adjust, adapt, and be flexible throughout the school year. We know that this obviously was something that was very trying and unprecedented and had never been done. So we really want to thank them for that. So Rose, Katie, Jordan, James, on behalf of the SCA especially, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And congratulations on your recent championship. Yeah. All right. Okay, board discussion, FFA year review.
So tonight, I have the privilege of introducing 4 members of our FFA group. Mary Swift, who's our advisor, cannot be with us tonight. But our FFA group is a highly dedicated and highly skilled group of individuals that promote agricultural education and compete not only at a local, state, but also a national level. And this year, amongst the pandemic, we saw great success from many of our students. And tonight, Nate King, our chapter president, Caitlin Van Duzen, Brooks Word are going to do a presentation tonight on our highlights in FFA, and then Hannah King is going to do parts of her speech. So you guys would like to come up? That monitor is on a delay. That one is in real time.
So as Mr. Ducharme just said, we've made a slideshow here with, Ms. Foot is not here today, but she helped make this slideshow kind of saying and showing what we've done this year, even though through COVID. So I'd like to take the time and introduce our officer team. I myself, Nate King, and the president. Our vice president was Allie Peak. Our secretary was Lauren King. Treasurer, Macy Koval.
I, Caitlin Van Dusen, was recorder.
Our sentinel, Ryan Peck.
I'm Brooke Short, and I was your student advisor.
And our historian, Bailey Seymour, and of course, Ms. Foot as our advisor. Some of our highlights this year, we had approximately 70 active members in FFA. 50 of those were high schoolers and 20 middle schoolers. We were a top 5 chapter to see the most growth in the 2020-2021 school year. We met with Assemblywoman Carrie Warner and the Chief of Staff, Senator Daphne Jordan, to discuss the importance of agricultural education. We had the most members of any chapter in New York State to compete in the leadership development events at the state level and all levels. We had the most state finalists in the leadership development event at the New York State FFA convention. And we had the second most members in New York State to apply for FFA proficiency awards, and second most members to move on and compete at the National FFA Convention with their proficiency awards. We also received some grants this year. We got 2 of those, and we will have 2 major projects for our FFA chapter and ag programs that they will be working on. Recently, we put in raised garden beds that were constructed or are constructed and will grow a variety of different produce that will be donated back to Safer. This project was done in partnership with Mr. Gauchi and his building trader students. And if you haven't seen the raised bedded gardens, they're located outside of the greenhouse. And due to COVID, we weren't able to start our maple season this past year, but that was our second grant, which we will be very excited to start next year with Mrs. Foot's food science and plant science classes. We are also waiting to hear on additional grant funding that will take this project even larger than we originally thought. In our legislative meetings in February and in March of this year, members of our FFA team met with Assemblywoman Carrie Warner, as well as staff member Senator Daphne Jordan, where we were able to talk about the importance of agriculture and agriculture education. And then we had a virtual FFA celebration week which throughout this week which took place in the last week of February. Our members enjoyed daily FFA activities. 3 of the highlights of this week included having virtual game nights with the state officers, leadership night with New York State FFA Camp Ropes Director Ronald Cronin, and Ag Advocacy Night with the Executive Director of New York Animal Agricultural Coalition, Aline Jensen.
This year for leadership development events, which is a big part, those are our competitions that we always compete in every year. This year, 37 of our members competed in leadership development events, which were held virtually this year, but that's still a really large number. LEEs are developed to challenge our members to cultivate critical thinking skills and effective decision making, while also fostering teamwork and promote communication. So Junior Creed, which was one of the competitions that we had people compete in, is when members recite the 5-paragraph creed from memory and then answer questions regarding its meaning. In first place, Nate King. Second place, Fiona Longacre. Third place, Brooke Schwerd. Fourth place, Jordan Dooley. And fifth place, Sydney Jacobs. And those were compiled of both high school students and middle schoolers. For junior prepared speaking, FFA members in grades 6 through 8 write and then present a 4 to 6 minute speech on an agricultural topic of their choice. First place was Hannah King. Second place, Riley McCormick. Third place, Pilar Gamage. Fourth place, Avery Coble. And sixth place, Erin Kappelhard. For junior extemporaneous speaking, which in my mind is extremely difficult, it's designed to develop the ability of all FFA members to express themselves on a given subject without having prepared or rehearsed its content in advance. So you have 30 minutes to write a speech, and that's why I say it's difficult. The first place was Petra Gamage, and second place was Luke Griffin. For junior people in ag, it introduces junior high FFA members in grades 6 through 9 to careers within agriculture. First place was Riley McCormick. Second place was Mike Schwerd, and third place was Hanson Peck. Sorry. For conduct of chapter meeting, it introduces FFA members to parliamentary procedure as they learn how to conduct efficient meetings and build their communication skills. Our team placed first, and it consisted of Nicole Barber, Nate King, Lauren King, Taylor Barraclaw, Gabby Everleft, Macy Coble, and Jordan Dooley. For senior people in ag, it is also designed to help further leadership and communication skills while providing the understanding and awareness of careers in agriculture for first-year FFA members in 9th through 12th grade. In first place, Alexis Hewitt. Second place, Mallory Sickles. And third place, Emily Ferris. Senior people Senior prepared speaking, FFA members in grades 9 through 12 write and then present a 6 to 8 minute speech on an agricultural topic of their choice. First place was Bailey Seymour. Second place was myself. And fourth place was Lauren King. Employment skills. Within employment skills, students model the employment process where they select a job, create a resume, and cover letter, and then later interview for the position. And they also have to draft up a follow-up email with their interviewers, and I received first place for that. 1 second, sorry.
For our Ag Issues Forum, students presented a public forum that addresses and discusses an agricultural-related issue that impacts their local community. And our team was first, with this team consisted of Claire Sachs, Taylor Barraclaw, Bailey Seymour, Sydney DeBray, Nick O'Leary, Allie Peak, and Brooke Schwerd.
So next we move on to FFA sub-state competition. So for members to move on to the New York State Regional Sub-State competition, members must place within the district contests in 2021, and all of our sky level students did, which is huge. At sub-state, FFA members have to place within the top 2 to move on, and be one of 6 New York State FFA finalists. For our junior creed, in first place came Nate King, second place Brooke Short, and third place was Sydney Jacobs. In junior prepared speaking, first place was Riley McCormick, and second place was Hannah King. For junior extemporaneous speaking was first place Patrick Gamage and third place Luke Griffin, which is huge because they were both middle school students. In junior people in agriculture, we have Riley McCormick, who came in first, and Hanson Peck, who came in second. Conduct of chapter meeting came in first, and that team consisted of Nicole Barber, Nate King, Lauren King, Taylor Barraclough, Gabby Everla, Macy Coble, and Jordan Dooley. And for senior people in agriculture, in first place we had Emily Tavares and Alexis Hewitt for second place. For senior prepared speaking, we had Caitlin Van Duzen, who came in third place. For employment skills, we also had Caitlin Van Duzen, who came in third. For agricultural issues, we came in second place, and this was Claire Sachs, Taylor Barraclough, Bailey Seymour, Sydney DeBray, Nick O'Leary, Ali Peak, and Brooke Short.
And for our New York State FFA convention, we had 25 students that competed in their respective competitions. And one team and 5 students have qualified to represent New York at National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana, which will be next year. So for our junior creed, I myself was second and Brooke was fourth. Hannah King was first and 5th place. And 5th place was Riley McCormick. Now, Hannah is actually here and she's going to present her speech. So this would be the same speech that she will give at Nationals next year. So go ahead, whenever you're ready.
My FFA advisor and agriculture teacher's favorite quote is that without agriculture, we would all be naked and hungry. When I first heard her say this, I thought that she couldn't be more right. But throughout the weeks that followed, I kept thinking about this quote. And honestly, I realized she was missing some pretty important things that agriculture does too. Hello, my name is Hannah King, and I proudly represent the Schuylerville FFA chapter, and I'm an 8th grader at Schuylerville Middle School. Here in the United States, agriculture is without a doubt one of our most important industries. It produces all the food we eat, including the ice cream sold in my family's farm store, as well as all the cotton that makes up the clothes that my classmates and I wear. Oftentimes, when we think of agriculture, we think like my teacher did, and only think about the food and fiber. Unfortunately, we forget about all the jobs it creates, the lumber that is made, and the money it also produces. So just how is agriculture making sure that we are not naked and hungry? Here in the United States, our farmers feed on average 160 people. According to the United States Department of Agriculture census, in 2017, our farmers grew about 200,000 acres or football fields of cucumbers, nearly 342,000 acres of lettuce, and around 60,000 acres of strawberries. In 2018, our nation's dairy farmers produced over 217 billion pounds of milk with just 9.4 million dairy cows. Our farmers are leading the world, utilizing technologies and practices to ensure that we as a population aren't ever hungry. Now, I don't know about you, but I really prefer to wear clothes. Whether it's shopping online for Nike sweatshirts, wearing my blue corduroy FFA jacket, or great hand-me-downs from my cousin Lauren. I'm really fortunate to have great clothes, and I'm happy that both you and I are not naked. But why aren't we naked? Isn't because we have the ability to go to the store and purchase clothes, or because we have older cousins. It is because agriculture has the ability to produce cotton, wool, and other fibers used in clothing production. In 2017, United States farms produced over 25 million pounds of wool and nearly 28 million bales of cotton. Our fiber farmers are doing their part, day in and day out, to make sure that we are clothed, whether it is using the best seeds for cotton production or ensuring that each and every wool-producing animal is properly cared for. Now that we've established that without agriculture we would be naked and hungry, we need to think about the other things that we forgot that agriculture provides for us too. One of the most important, jobs. Now, everyone knows you can be a farmer. However, less than 2% of Americans are actually directly employed within the agricultural industry, but more than 22 million people are employed within the agriculture-related field. That's 1 in 12 American jobs. Most jobs are actually within businesses, organizations, and industries that depend on agriculture. For example, my mom specializes as a dairy cow veterinarian. While she doesn't necessarily milk cows each day, her career relies on the existence of our local dairy farms as she ensures farmers' cows are healthy and pregnant. A milk inspector is another career that is dependent upon agriculture, but not directly within production. Milk inspectors are the individuals that go into farms to make sure each farm is clean, sanitary, and obeying state and national milk production laws. Lastly, agricultural marketers are the individuals who can work for companies, organizations, or even government to share agricultural messages. So without agriculture, we'd not only be naked and hungry, but we'd also be unemployed. When people think of agriculture, they always think about a farmer milking cows, chopping corn, and a big red barn with a white picket fence. But they always forget that caring for and managing are included in agriculture. Here in the United States, we're the largest producer and consumer of lumber. While most lumber is harvested from forests throughout the United States, many farmers also plant trees and sell logging rights on their own land. With our population continuing to increase, more and more wood products will be needed in the future, especially for home building. So without agriculture, we'd not only be naked and hungry, but we'd also be unemployed and homeless. With everything that agriculture provides for us here in the United States, from great careers to my much despised asparagus, it is probably no surprise that agriculture is a huge driver in our nation and world's economies. In 2017, agriculture and its related industries contributed to just over $1 trillion to our United States gross domestic product, or GDP. It is because agriculture makes sure that we're not naked, hungry, unemployed, and homeless that it remains such an important part of our economy. So, from now on, when my FFA advisor and agriculture teacher tries to say, without agriculture we would be naked and hungry, I'm going to make sure that she actually says, without agriculture we would be naked, hungry, unemployed, and homeless. Thank you.
Good job, Hannah.
That was great.
I would like a motion for her to lead board actions.
Hannah, I've got a job for you.
School board vice president.
Can you memorize them like that? That was amazing.
Great work.
Great job, all.
Activating.
So, we will now continue on. In our junior extemporaneous speaking at the state FFA convention, Petra Gamage placed second. Our junior people in ag, Riley McCormick was second, and Hanson Peck was third, excuse me. Our conduct of chapter meetings team placed second, and that consisted of Nicole Barber, Nate King, Lauren King, Taylor Bearclaw, Gabby Everleft, Macy Copel, Jordan Dooley. Senior people in ag, Emily Tavares was first, and Alexis Hewitt was second. And our ag issues team, they actually won, and they will be representing New York at the National FFA Convention. And Claire Sachs, Taylor Bearclaw, Bailey Seymour, Sydney Dubray, Nick O'Leary, Allie Peak, and Brooke Schwerd. For our proficiency awards, these were awards that honor FFA members whose student-led instructors supervised work-based learning experiences, known as supervised agricultural experiences, have led them to develop specialized skills that they can apply towards their future careers. Of these students, 7 scholarly students were identified as state winners, with 6 qualifying to move on to the National FFA Convention and represent New York. 3 placed second in the state, and 1 student placed 4th, respectively. So some of these students were Ryan Peck with Ag Mechanics, Riley Quinn with Diversified Livestock, and that, I believe that was, I can't see on the board, but I'm pretty sure that was in placement. Chase Quinn with a equine production and entrepreneurship. Brooke Schwerd with diversified crop production and entrepreneurship. Allie Peak with equine production and placement, and Ryan Peck in diversified crop productions in placement. And then also our other state proficiency finalists was Jack Coble in dairy productions. He was second place gold. Caitlin Van Duzen in dairy productions, and she was in entrepreneurship, or entrepreneurship, yep. Second place. Nicole Barber with crop productions. She was fourth place, I believe. And, Bailey Seymour, poultry productions, second place. Jack Coble also received his New York State FFA Empire degree, which is the highest FFA degree that New York State FFA can give to their members. So congratulations to Jack Coble on receiving his Empire degree. To qualify for this award, an FFA member must have accomplished at least 500 hours of work experience within their supervised agricultural experience, 10 hours of community service, and remain an active FFA in their FFA chapter. For New York State FFA Dairy Breed Awards, when applying for New York State FFA Dairy Breed Awards, FFA members must demonstrate their knowledge and hands-on experiences working within the dairy industry. By applying for this awards, members have the opportunity to automatically be accepted into Junior Dairy Leader program through Cornell University, which is one of the most competitive youth dairy programs in the Northeast. I myself, Nate King, was the state winner for the Holstein breed, and Caitlin Van Duzen was the state winner for the Guernsey breed. Some of the summer activities, we will have 4 teams and 2 individuals competing in virtual career development events this July. This will include dairy judging, equine judging, milk quality and products, and environmental and natural resource management, dairy handlers. We'll also go to have a float in the Turning Point Parade in the 2021 Washington County Fair Area FFA Petting Zoo. To the Board of Education and our administration, on behalf of all Schuylerville FFA, I'd like to say thank you for your continued support during a year full of adversity, challenges, and struggles. Your passion and commitment to our agricultural education program and FFA chapter has allowed us to grow and succeed this year more than we thought possible. So that is all that we have for you. So thank you.
I want to remind you that was all done during COVID, mostly virtual. And so when we all sit here and understand the technology sometimes, it takes to just put out a classroom. You think of all those events, competitions, and meetings that our FFA group did and Mary facilitated. And Jordan was a huge support. I don't know if Jordan knew what FFA stood for when he was at he very quickly found out what it meant when he came here.
He changed the program.
It did. So next, we have our senior high counselors, Mrs. Sarah Russ and Ms. Janine O'Brien, to do our annual class of 2021 overview. Before they start, I would like to give them huge kudos. The role the 2 of them play as school counselors is so undefined and so dedicated in their empathy for our students and for our families that the lengths they go at to get our kids to see their potential, to apply for scholarships, to reach out to certain colleges and careers that are out there. They go the extra mile and beyond on a daily basis, even up until the last couple of days of school, trying to get some struggling seniors who have senioritis in to complete some necessary things to get them in order to graduate, because they understand what the bigger picture is, for our students, and they do an incredible job every year, and this last 16 months is no different. So thank you.
We have some really big shoes to fill, so we're going to give it our best shot tonight. But thank you for having us and allowing us to present to you information about our class of 2021. So this is an overview of some of the slides we'll discuss tonight, just different senior opportunities that our students have. These are things that a lot of our students look forward to as they work their way through high school, so we'll go into a little bit more detail about each of these. Our AP courses, this information is just seniors enrolled in these courses. We do have some underclassmen enrolled in all of these courses as well. But the AP opportunities that our students have, AP stands for Advanced Placement. It's through the College Board, which means students will take an AP test in May, and they have the option to earn college credit based on a score on that exam. This year, similar to last year, there were virtual testing dates for the AP. So some students took the AP test in our building, some students took them virtually in our building or online, and other students took them at home. So just senior enrollment, we had 23 students in AP Bio, 13 students taking AP Calc, 18 students taking AP English, and then AP Psych is actually a distance learning course for us. So the teacher is in Granville. We're very fortunate to have 3 sections of AP Psych that we bring into our district through the distance learning lab, and we had 10 students enrolled in those courses.
So next we want to talk about some college credit opportunities that our seniors have, actually some of our juniors too. These are the courses that you see up here are taught by our teachers. So they got approved through Albany, SUNY Adirondack, Syracuse to teach on their behalf. So the Spanish and French 4 and 5 classes are taught in university and the high school. Students can actually, they take both levels, can leave with 8 credits total through SUNY Albany, which is just incredible to have when starting college. Mr. Keneally teaches our independent research program. Now students can actually join this program when they're in 10th grade. They can pick a topic that they're super passionate about, study it, work with a mentor, study, prove or disprove their hypothesis, and work towards up to 12 credits through Albany. We started working with Syracuse more recently. Mr. Bryson teaches the public policy class, and we're super excited that he's going to have an opportunity to also get approved to teach economics. So for our students, our seniors all have to fill that economics and government credit. They can do it through Syracuse, which is nice. And then Mrs. Klein has recently picked up courses through SUNY Adirondack, so our students can take a half-year course in college writing, followed by creative writing, to fill their final senior credit for graduation, but also walk away with 6 credits through Adirondack. So just a variety of colleges that we get to work with and different courses that students can get involved with. There's other opportunities for college credit, and these are through our distance learning program. So our students are on campus. We schedule them for a period to be in this class. They're being taught by teachers who are outside of Schuylerville. So we have another opportunity for foreign language with our elementary Italian 1 and 2. And then we also offer some other classes through Adirondack. These are really unique for our students because not only are they offered distance learning, but they're purely online courses. So they are, kind of self-paced. Students seem to be very, kind of independent in their work because they're essentially logging on to a Blackboard or school type program to, read the assignments, submit everything, electronically, and not really have that interaction with their professor. So it can, again, opportunity for credit, but also kind of get them used to those type of classes if they're in a situation where they have to take those if they're actually enrolled in college. So just a nice variety of courses that we offer.
Career and technical education continues to be in high demand for our students. Our senior enrollment only included 29 seniors, but we also have a large amount of juniors. Clearly, you can see HVAC is the #1 choice of students for the last 2 years in our graduating class. So if you need somebody to service your air conditioning, we have quite a few graduates that will be able to do that. But they are very spread out. We had horticulture for the first time in a while here this year, and horse care, 3 students in horse care. So it is very spread out, but it is in definitely high demand. So our students really enjoy those programs at BOCES.
And I think what Sarah and I agree on with the CTE programs is that students have a lot of options afterwards. So some students that graduate from these programs, because they have 2 years of on-the-job training, will go into employment. Other students might, continue at a technical college and increase those skills even more, a combination of both. So I mean, I really think that the center there does a great job too in helping the students network, exposing them to careers, but also, college opportunities as well.
And HVAC has been pretty high on the list as far as enrollment for a couple of years, and I think even this incoming group.
Jared is still working for the guy he interned in the HVAC program.
Oh, that's incredible.
While he just got his electrical contracting degree from PTCC. So there's one that's followed through.
That's great. Really great opportunities.
So BOCES expanded even further. They're working with SUNY Adirondack now, and they call it their ECCA, or Early College Career Academy. They took a couple of programs that they already had in place and expanded on a couple of new ones. You can see the 4 programs listed there: the Advanced Manufacturing, Business, IT, and Media. And essentially what students are doing is they're still getting the 2 years of on-the-job training, but they're also dually enrolled as a college student. So over the course of their junior and senior year, they're obtaining those technical skills, but they're also working towards, over 30 credits of college work. And then from there, if they want to continue on at Adirondack, they're more than welcome to. Or they're also, they can always take the credits that they obtained at Adirondack and, have that transfer follow them to the school they plan to go to. We have 3 students this year. One is going to be graduating from the IT program, and then we have 2 seniors who are currently taking the media program. So it takes a very, I think, special student to be in this program. They have to take on the responsibility of essentially being a college student. But they just, the opportunities that they get exposed to and the different certifications they can get it's really awesome. Oh, an internship program. So we also have a great program. This has been a staple and out of our office for a while, where we have students who also can take their class with us in the morning, continue working towards graduation requirements, and in the afternoon, they can get those, that hands-on training, kind of like how you can do the BOCES program as well. So this year being the year that it was, it was very difficult. I mean, businesses were trying to figure out whether or not they're going to have their own employees be in their building. So we weren't really able to place many students. We did have a couple of students who were very passionate about getting the experience, and so we were able to set that up for them. We're hoping that, moving forward, we'll get back to, around 20 seniors or so, where they'll just, kind of explore the career field. What's really neat with our internship program is that you don't have to stay in one specific field for the entire year. You definitely can, but if you want to explore 3 or 4 different areas, that's also possible. So it really is, appealing to a wide variety of students.
And our student that was at the tattoo studio was actually able to design some tattoos. He's very artistic, and that's a huge part of going into that field, is having some exposure and some internship areas. So he was really excited about that. Okay, for our graduating seniors, we have 113 students anticipated to graduate. Our breakdown of diplomas, we have 61 students that will earn a Regents diploma, 29 students that will earn an Advanced Regents diploma, 16 anticipated to earn an Advanced Regents diploma with honors designation. And just to review, the honors designation means the average of the Regents exams are 90 or higher. There were some new guidelines out this year with the exemptions on Regents exams from last year in history and English, and what that meant for calculations. So, that number is 16 with the honors designation. We have 4 students that will receive a local diploma. And then we have some different designations. Mastery in Science means each of the 3 science exams that a student takes, which is typically Earth Science, Living Environment, and Chemistry. Each of those exams are an 85 or higher. if a student were to earn a mastery in math and science, which we have 14 students anticipated to earn that, they will have 3 math exams, which is typically algebra, geometry, and algebra 2, and then 3 science exams, which again are earth science, living environment, and typically chemistry. Each of those exams are over an 85. We have 28 students earning the technical endorsement from BOCES, which means they passed their technical assessment and then met the criteria here as well for the Regents diploma. So they're earning that additional credential on their diploma. Of the 113 students that are graduating, this is the breakdown of their post-grad plans. The 50 students that are going to a 4-year school, we tend to have some groups of students that go to the same area. Previously, Clarkson, I think 2 years ago, we had 8 students go to Clarkson, which was pretty high. But this year, as far as private schools go, we have 4 students going to Nazareth College in Rochester and 2 students going to Sage. In the SUNY system, we have 4 students headed to Cobleskill, 3 to Cortland, and 3 to Albany. So those are the top schools in each of those areas. A really neat piece, as we talked about BOCES previously, of the 31 students that are heading into employment, 17 of those students were enrolled in our CTE program. And so that goes, a long ways in saying that they're skilled, they're learning a trade, they've met certifications, and now they're heading into the workforce.
And I think what impressed Sarah and I so much too is that in a year of such uncertainty, our students really, kept focused on where they see themselves after high school and what plans they want to pursue. We do have some students who are still deciding, but they really were able to still kind of keep focused on their goals and move forward, which was great to see. So a listing of some anticipated majors. So it's always neat to kind of put this slide up there because it's just such a wide variety. We have some, new ones this year we didn't have last year, such as youth ministry, art therapy. Education is always a popular field. It's just neat to see the students also getting involved with the STEM careers. So we know that this can definitely, change, or they may alter their plans a little bit as they, pursue education. But it's really neat just to see the variety and just the different interests that this class has.
So just a few fun facts about the graduating class. Many of you have seen this information already with the Musical Theater Award Program and our Teen Excellence recipient. But interestingly, we have 5 sets of twins in this class. That's a pretty high number. Thank goodness they're not identical. That would be a challenge. But we also have 2 students that attend our BOCES program, and one was nominated to be the speaker at the Technical Honor Society inductions, and then another one was the speaker at the graduation. So 2 of those large speaking roles came from Schuylerville, which was really neat. We had 5 students accepted into the Technical Honor Society through BOCES. We have about 8 students looking to participate in athletics in college, and we have an Eagle Scout. So
I'm going to end with a picture of the students, a little bit different than it's been in years prior, but still very proud of them.
Have any questions for us?
You guys do a great job.
Thank
A lot of work, I know.
Thank you. Thank you for the support.
Thank you.
So unfortunately, Hannah King couldn't stay. Mr. Donnelly will do his best.
Sorry, I'm holding you between everything, so.
The good part is they're also experts on parliamentary procedures, so we don't want them to see this.
All right, so we're on the board action and consent items.
5.1, motion to approve the consent 5.2 through 5.9 items as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.1, motion to approve and accept the results of the annual meeting, budget vote, and election on May 18th, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.2, motion to amend Stephanie Morcone appointment dated May 17th, 2021 from step 2 MA to step 3 MA.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
Motion, 6.3, motion to approve the following for courses taken. Mary Elizabeth Foote, 15 credit hours effective January 4th, 2021. Nicholas Richard, 30 credit hours effective September 8th, 2020. And Daniel Lanchette, 6 credits effective June 11th, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.4, motion to accept Joanne Helwig's letter of resignation, for retirement purposes effective June 28th, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.5, motion to accept the following letter of resignations. Jenny Lago and Lisa Crouch, effective June 30th, 2021, and Nicole Sherman, effective September 6th, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.6, motion to appoint the following 2021-2022 advisors. Math Counts, Erica DeLello. Book Club, Amy Steele Whitney. And Art and Literature Journal, Carrie Brennan.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.7, motion to appoint the following 2021-2022 fall coaches as presented.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.8, motion to accept the following resolution. Whereas the board, for reasons of economy and efficiency, has determined that it is appropriate to abolish 1 interpreter and create the following: 1 music teacher, 1 licensed clinical social worker, 1 school psychologist, and 1.6 mental health wellness teacher effective July 1st, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.9, motion to accept the following resolution. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the board hereby appoints the following in the non-competitive class of civil service at a salary according to the CSEA Local 1000 AFSCME AFL-CIO agreement effective. Robin Englehart, school nurse, 7 hours per day, 183 days, effective September 1st, 2021. Griffin Potter, groundskeeper, effective July 12th, 2021. Jenny Lago, bus driver, 4 hours per day, effective July 1st, 2021. Annie Sargent, educational aide, effective September 7th, 2021. Rebecca Whitbeck, educational aide, effective September 7th, 2021. Kathleen Dunn, educational aide, effective September 7th, 2021. Maria Sidor, educational aide, effective September 7th. Tracy Stowell, educational aide, effective September 7th. And Lisa Crouch, computer aide, effective July 1st, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.10, motion to appoint the following 2021 summer program personnel as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.11, motion to appoint summer bus drivers as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
6.12, motion to accept the following resolution in accordance with the agreement between the superintendent of schools and the Scottsville Teachers Association. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Scottsville Central School District hereby accepts the recommendation of the superintendent to appoint Megan Califano to a 3-year probationary appointment at step 15 MA in the music tenure area, commencing September 7th, 2021, and ending September 6th, 2024, contingent upon achievement of effective or highly effective APPR rating necessary to receive tenure throughout her probationary period, consistent with the requirements of the Educational Law Sections 3012, 3012C, and/or 3012D. Ms. Califano holds a permanent certificate in music. And, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Scottsville Central School District hereby accepts the recommendation of the superintendent to appoint Brittany Murray to a 4-year probationary appointment at step 4 MA in the school psychologist tenure area, commencing September 7th, 2021, and ending September 6th, 2025, contingent upon achievement of effective or highly effective APPR ratings necessary to receive tenure throughout the probationary period, consistent with the requirements of the Educational Law, Sections 3012, 3012C, and/or 3012D. Ms. Murray holds a school psychologist provisional certification.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
6:13.
Congratulations.
That also gives them a moment of extra breath.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You're doing good work on that.
Awesome. All right, 6:13, motion to appoint Aaron Scambolari, get that? As licensed clinical social worker effective July 1st, 2021, subject to the requirements of the education law, and approves the salary and benefits agreement dated June 21st, 2021. Ms. Scambolari holds a master's certificate in social work pending Ms. Scambolari's completion of the licensed master's of social work.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
I say it 3 times. I wasn't confident the first time. 614, motion to accept the following resolution. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Schuylerville Central School District hereby accepts the recommendation of the superintendent to appoint Lori Kennedy at .4 FTE Step 1 MA, commencing September 7th, 2021 through June 24th, 2022. Ms. Kennedy holds a permanent certificate in speech and hearing handicap. And motion to accept the following resolution. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Schuylerville Central School District hereby accepts the recommendation of the superintendent to appoint Nicole Sherman at .6 FTE Step 1 MA, commencing September 7th, 2021 through June 24th, 2022. Ms. Sherman holds a permanent certificate in physical education and health.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
615, motion to appoint the following 2021-2022 academic support personnel as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
616. I'll try to read this one.
Sorry,
Sorry, all right.
We'll just send them to school. You're doing just fine.
616 as presented. How about that? Better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
And lastly, 617, I'm not going to hold you through this. 617, motion as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
Very good job.
Do we have any public comments? Okay, hearing none, I have one thing quick. This is Jack Macisa's last meeting as a board member after 36 years of service to the school district. I don't think there's any better sign of how much he loves the district than that length of service right there. So Jack, thank you very much for your service to the district.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it. Thank you. Thanks for the mentorship.
Thanks, Jack.
This is a great board, and I'm leaving it in very good hands. I couldn't be happier. And I really do love the district, and you're right. That's why I gave so much time. It's just look at the people we work with. It's awesome. And people like Hannah, who just did.
Yeah.
As eighth graders, like, oh. Yeah. So, thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
Appreciate it.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
Can I get one more?
Yeah,
Make sure
sure.
you guys like that before you head out, so you don't have to throw it up against the.
Okay.